Rising up, here we go. No time to be afraid. They say it's impossible. Can't listen to what they say. They got me motivated. Oh yeah, I'm motivated.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Maximize the Business of You. I'm Maximino, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Maximize. Today, I have a great episode. I have a former pro football athlete turned broadcaster turned entrepreneur. He goes by the name of Brandon Marshall. Brandon is here with us to share his experiences and his transition from on the field to off the field. So everybody give it up for Brandon Marshall.
Max, bruh, how you get this studio? We don't even have this type of studio inside the NFL.
Man, I worked really hard to get this stuff. This is like my dream, my little dream studio right here, man. But thank you for being here, man. Really quick, so there's a lot of kids that dream about being a professional athlete, but can you take us on a quick ride of your journey to become a professional athlete? What did it take and who inspired you?
Yeah, I think first it started with a dream. That's number one. And second, it's just hard work and dedication. And those are one of the same to me. Once you have a dream, then every single day you got to pick up that cross, right? Like every single day you got to be willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish that one goal that you have. Don't spread yourself thin. Try things when you're young, but at the end of the day, when you know what it is that you're trying to accomplish, go all out on that one thing. Have a game plan. So for me, it started with a dream. When I was a baby, I knew I wanted to make it to the NFL. I knew that's what my goal was. And I just worked extremely hard at it for the rest of my time until I made it. So it was a blessing for me. And now it's a new dream, right? Like football is not there anymore. And now I have dreams in business right here, House of Athletes. So, you got to dream, and if you're trying to do something big, dream big.
Absolutely, man. So when you were coming up as a professional player, a football player, who are some of the people that inspired you? We all have people that come into our lives that give us wings to help us get through. Can you name somebody or share somebody who may have been that guide to you coming up?
Yeah, it was my father. A lot of guys grew up idolizing other professional athletes. I love Barry Sanders because I was a running back. I watched Emmitt Smith because he was one of the best. He was probably the best running back at the time. But for me, it was my father, seeing my dad work every single day. And when I went out the house in our neighborhood, everyone said, "Man, do you know who your dad is? This is a local legend." He was one of the greatest high school football players in our area. And we're from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is football country. So that meant a lot to me, and it really inspired me to continue to chase my dreams in football. So I have to start with my dad. He did so much for me as a kid, showing me how to work and how to go get what I want.
Awesome. So you made that, you retired from football in 2018, and now you're making a transition. You became a professional broadcaster. How has that transition been for you, and what did it take for you to adapt to that whole situation?
Well, Max, you know this because you was a part of that transition. I've been on Inside the NFL and Showtime for 7 years now. And I didn't wait until 2018. Actually, going back to the first day I started on Inside the NFL, that's when I started that transition. A lot of professional athletes wait till the end. The game is taken away from them when they retire, and they try to go after their dreams. And for me, I realized that the platform was so big, and I would never have another opportunity to have the attention of the masses. So for me back then in 2014, I sat down with everybody I could I would go out and I would work for free just to get my name out there, just to get the reps, just to meet people, and it paid off for me. So the things that I'm doing now today, I started back when I was playing in 2014, and my goal was to make sure that transition was easy and smooth, and I already had things set up. So House of Athlete, that was established in 2012. Broadcasting, as you know, that started back in the day with Showtime and Inside the NFL.
Awesome. So I'm a witness of that growth. I remember you coming in, you were a little shy, but you adapted like this. So I'm excited to see you grow as a professional broadcaster, and you're doing amazing. So congratulations on that too, man. You should be very happy. You're doing your thing, and everybody feels the same way, so that's dope. So you have transitioned from a football player to a broadcaster, and you've been talking about all your other endeavors. Can you talk to us about House of Athlete, what inspired you to create it, and what exactly it is for my audience? Can you share that with them?
Yeah. I mean, man, athletes, we're the healthiest people on the planet. And I just feel like more people should train like us. When you look at the industry, whether it's the Equinoxes of the world, the Soul Cycles, the Orange Theories, the Barry's boot camps, athletes, we don't train like that. Now, is it great to add here and there to your regimen? 100%. I love Rumble Boxing. I love Barry's boot camp. But when I prepared for my NFL season, I wasn't running on a treadmill every day. I wasn't just boxing every day. And I'm a big fan of boxing. So for me, my goal and my why is to see a healthier world, see people healthy and living their best lives. And it starts with training. And I just think that, the best place to start is following the people who are the healthiest in the world, and it's not really about training. It's more so about a lifestyle. When you look at the top professional athletes in the world, you say, okay, what did they do to make it to where they're at? It's not just physical, it's also mental. Our sport is 80% mental. So yes, it starts with training and having a program that is backed by science and technology and that's results driven. But then it moves into how we eat. We have to be able to fuel correctly, tracking our macronutrients, understanding what's healthy and what a healthy plate looks like, supplementing, knowing that we would love to get all of our macronutrients through food, but it's almost impossible. So that's why we have to supplement. Also, the athlete, we have this certain mindset. You got to be able to deal with anxiety, depression on one end of the spectrum, and you also got to be able to deal with being a high performer on the next. And then the fourth, the other thing is recovery. Recovery is critical. We got to be able to recover from injuries or just go on vacation when we're just working a little too hard. And athletes understand how to do that, because when you look at the load and demand on our bodies and our mind, you can't hit burnout come November and December going into the playoffs. And the last thing is tribe. Tribe is extremely important. No top athlete made it to the top by themselves. So you got to be able to have a community of people you can do life with.
Awesome. So take me through the process. So if I wanted to become a member of House of Athlete, what does that look like? How do I get involved?
Yeah. So one, there's a digital component where we do have some online classes, but it starts around supplementation. The first thing we do is we teach you how to track your macronutrients. We teach you what a healthy protein is, what a healthy carb is, a healthy fat, a healthy veggie. And then we also help you understand what you need from a supplementation standpoint. So that's where it starts from a digital standpoint. But from brick and mortar, we're actually in the process of building out several facilities around the country. We're in South Florida right now, Weston, going to Miami, Santa Monica, Houston, Dallas. So if you can't walk into our facility because you may be in New York in the city, then you need to follow us digitally so we can help you. Because 80% of it is how we approach our plate, how we approach supplementation. So, there's a lot of inspiration behind House of Athlete. So following us on your wellness this journey, I think you'll be encouraged, inspired to continue to go, because it's not about, a trend or a fad. It's about a lifestyle. And that's what's amazing about the athlete is, we don't work out, we train. When you work out, then when you're tired or you don't feel well, then you're probably not going to get it done. But when you train and you have a lifestyle, it's built around your lifestyle, then you're going to be able to maintain those results that you get from whatever trend or fad that you're following.
So when I come down to Florida, I'm coming to see you. I'm gonna hit House of Athletes so you can put me through that workout, because I love I love working out and making sure I keep my body right, my mind right, meditation, yoga.
Yeah, man,
so.
I see you. I see you. You look good. Yeah, you need to tell the people what you do. Boxing, push-ups. Like, what's your regimen?
Man, I love to do a bunch of different things, but most of it starts, like you said, with mental. So I agree with you. Life is a mental game, and especially dealing with everything we're dealing with right now, COVID, stress, elections. It's just a lot, and
racial tension.
Like, it's just a lot. So it starts with mental. I think, like you said, sports is 80% mental. Working out is 80% mental. So I always start with meditation and yoga. So I do my yoga stretches, and then I hit the weights. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I start. Mm-hmm. But I do a lot of things: boxing, swimming, jumping rope. I love it all, man. But you've been very vocal about some mental health issues you went through when you were coming up. You started Project 375. Can you explain what that is and what inspired you to start that?
Yeah, man, exactly what you're saying. Like, I was always a guy that looked in the mirror and wanted more for myself. And, the struggles that I had off the field, led me to McLean Hospital, where I spent 3 months in an outpatient program. I was diagnosed with dialectical behavior therapy. And through that journey, I was in group therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, self-assessment, mentalization, one-on-one with the great Dr. Gunderson. And it was there that made me realize how important our mind and our brain was. Because 10 years ago, 11 years ago, if you asked me what does mental toughness mean to you, or mental health mean to you, I would say mental toughness. Because as an athlete, you're trained to mask pain, to never show weakness, never give up, right? And there's sometimes where you need to say, you know what? I need help. I am weak here, and I need someone that can walk me through what I'm experiencing right now. So me going through that 3-month program inspired me to tell my story so it can help someone else, because it was like within days, I was able to think clearer. I was able to smile again. It felt like years without smiling and enjoying being in the NFL. Like, that was my dream. We talked about it. That was the first question you asked me was, what would you tell people? And I would say, dream big, right? Start with a dream. That was my dream. So how do I get to the NFL having this one dream and not really enjoying it, or enjoying it ever up until that point? So for me to have that transformation in my life, it was really a phenomenal experience. It was hard. It was one of the hardest things I had to do, is face myself, look at myself and say, you know what? You're not as great as you think you are in this area, but it's okay. But just do the work, and you will not only create a better life for yourself, but the people around you.
Awesome, man. So, fuel, you mentioned that earlier, feeding your body. So you started Fuel Bar 15. Can you explain what that is about, and what is your intention when it comes to putting out this content?
Yeah, it really is that, my passion. We can talk football all day. We can talk about business all day. But for me, it's all about health and wellness. So that's what Fuel Bar 15 is I find that it's hard to have a conversation about food, about supplementing, about training. A lot of people don't really understand it. So I'm trying to create a space where people can come, they can digest the information, but learn why it's important to train, why it's important to supplement, why it's important to eat the healthy foods. Now, I don't want people to go on a deep end and, think that, their life has to dramatically change. What I do want people to do is understand what's healthy, what's not. And for me, I live the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, I'm probably going to eat well, and 20% of the time I have fun. But I know what the consequences are if I want to have that ice cream. I know what the consequences are if I want to have that glass of wine, that cocktail.
Awesome, man. So you're a busy guy, you're moving around, you have businesses. How do you control your work family life balance? Because it's a
Yeah.
lot, I try to balance that out, but I could imagine how hard it is. How do you do life and family balance? How do you work that out?
Yeah. So how did you schedule this meeting with me? Can you answer that question?
You hit me up, you sent me to your assistant, you told me to hit your assistant up, and she kind
Okay,
of made
great.
it happen.
All right, right. So I say all that, right? Not everyone, can have an assistant, but what happens is she has my schedule, and I believe in time blocking. I believe in
Mm-hmm.
routine. So what I do is I time block my personal life first. What's important for me here? What do I want to get done? What do I need to get done as a father? What do I want to get done? What do I need to get done as a husband? What do I need? And then from there, I start filling in business. So I think time blocking is critical. You got to have a game plan. So every single day, like I know exactly what I'm doing and it's part of my routine. So this is Friday, right? Like I have all that stuff just written out. So I can tell you like, look, you want to sit down, you want to talk business. I want to be on your podcast. Let's get it done. So here's my schedule, and now all we got to do is just find when that availability is. But it starts with my personal life being blocked off, then my business, and then I'll have time for free stuff that I want to do, like this amazing show. Like I love what you're doing, like giving people an opportunity to hear from other people in the industry in different industries that can help them maximize what they're trying to do. That's everything, man. Like it doesn't matter who you are, what industry you're in. It's about how do I be my best self.
Absolutely. And that's what this show is about, maximizing your potential. So, Brandon, give me a book. One book that influenced you, that changed your life, that helped you on your journey. One book.
Oh man, one book. Okay, shoot. Kevin Love and I, we were just discussing this, and we exchanged a couple books. I would say, man, ooh, let's say one book, Relentless, was really good. I
Okay.
love Relentless. If you're an entrepreneur, you want more, you just need something to just drive you and get you into gear. If you're in the early stages of business, Good to Great, all of Jim Collins' books are amazing. So Good to Great, How to Mighty Fall, and Built to Last. Get all of that. And then another one I would say is Mind Body Mastery. Mind Body Mastery is for all athletes, but it also is for someone who's trying to understand more of their mind and how can I maximize my mind to become better at what I do and just contribute in major ways. So Mind Body Mastery by Dan Millman, Good to Great, Built to Last, How to Mighty Fall by Jim Collins, and Relentless by Tim Grover. Tim Grover is an awesome coach who trained Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, and so many other athletes, but it's for everyone. You would really enjoy that book.
Awesome. Listen, when you think of the word successful, give me one person that comes to mind. Who do you think about when you think of that word successful?
Yes. Oh man, there's so many people, but I will have to start with mm, you. It's a tough question, right? Because like you've never been asked that question before, and I say you because it's like, okay, what's important to me? You got family, you got health, also trying to contribute and give back, and that's you, that's you, bro. You know what I mean? Like your kids and your family. You guys seem like you guys are really close. From a business perspective, you're out there trying to inspire other people. You're not just holding on to knowledge. You're taking what you're learning and giving it back to others. And then you're one of the healthiest guys I know, right? Like, for you to understand it's not just about your mind. I mean, about your body. It's also about your mind. A lot of people don't get that. So you're one of those people that I would put in that box of successful. So,
Oh man,
you know,
coming from you,
appreciate you
man, I
answering the
truly
question.
appreciate that. Thank you. We just trying our best, right? Trying to make the world a better place, right?
That's right. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. So when I was coming up, when I was a young kid, I made decisions that really changed my life. You know, I could have went this way, I could have went that way, I could have went on the street, but I made a decision that I wanted. For me, it was music, right? Like I wanted to work in music, so I ended up getting an internship at 17 at a recording studio. But I made that decision. Can you tell me one decision that you like? Wow, if I didn't make that decision, where would I be right now? Can you remember that point in
Yeah.
your life?
Yeah, I mean, it really started with that dream. Once I realized I wanted to play ball, I probably was 6 years old. It goes back that far. So I wanted to play ball. So just tell me what I need to do to get there. It's reverse engineer. It's okay, I know I need to go to school. So I'm gonna go to school. And then I understood what it took to get from, middle elementary school to middle school to high school, going to clearinghouse. Um, and I did exactly that. And then on a football field, I knew exactly what I need to do there. You tell me I need to work out, I'm gonna work out. You tell me I need to run, I'm gonna run. So for me, it started with that dream, and then I just reverse engineered. I said, okay, what is it going to take? What type of routine, what type of game plan do I have to have in place so I can get there? And it's 15, 16 years. So it wasn't just one decision, like, oh, this moment I'm going left, I'm going right. That was the goal. So anything outside of that was a distraction. So when I was able to be in the neighborhood and guys was going left or right, I was able to stay down the path that I chose. So once you have that dream holds you accountable. But you got to also have a routine in place, because not every day is going to feel good. Not every day you're going to want to go chase it. So put that routine in place, and that routine will be alongside of your dream. And those two things will hold you accountable. And if you just stick to it, you will make it.
Talking about routines, what does the first hour of Brandon Marshall's day look like? What do you do when you wake up, first hour?
Yeah, so the first hour, I'll wake up and sometimes, like, I want to get in a better routine here, but sometimes I just go with the flow. Sometimes I may journal. Sometimes, I may dive into a little gazing, a little meditation, mindfulness practice. But very quickly, after like 30 minutes, I quickly shift into my day where I am opening up my schedule. And I'm looking at what do I have for the day. And then very quickly, I'm jumping into, broadcasting. So we're on early, 5 a.m. I'm in a production meeting.
Whew.
I wake up at around 4 a.m., but 5 a.m. I'm in a production meeting getting ready for first things first. But the first thing I'm always doing is I'm either journaling, meditating, or writing. I jump into the word. I'm a Christian. And I also believe in, writing like a lot of people do. So it's about being organized. And meditation is key. It sets your day up for success when you can just clear your mind and just focus on you. Don't jump into your emails. Don't jump into your phone, your Instagram.
Yeah.
Take the first few minutes of your day for you.
Absolutely. I agree with that 1,000%. So for me, music is an important part of my workout. Give me 3 songs on your playlist that get you amped up.
3 songs on my playlist?
Yep.
3? I'm not a big music guy. Yeah. I'm not a big music guy. Well, I am a big music guy, but it's more so about the beat. I don't really listen to the words. I just need something that's going to move me. So I can't give you 3 songs, but what I can do is I can give you 3 artists.
Okay.
Number 1, Jay-Z.
Okay.
Like Jay-Z just says like that. It's the lifestyle, right? Like it's just, when I listen to Jay-Z, it gets me in this mindset that I can achieve anything I want to achieve, because when you look at where he came from. Rick Ross is a guy, like, when I'm pulling up to the stadium and I just want to be on, like, by any means necessary, I got to get this work in, whether on the field, in the weight room, I'm listening to Rick Ross. That's the boss.
For sure.
And then also you got to go down south. So I love anything coming out of Atlanta. So this last one is a mixed bag. Like, I think the South, they have a nice vibe when it comes to beat, a little rhythm, and it makes you move. So when I just want to feel cool, I'm probably going to put on somebody from Atlanta.
Dope. Brandon, I want to thank you for being on Maximize and sharing your experience with my audience. Everybody, go follow Brandon Marshall at @bmarshall on social media. Follow houseofathlete.com. Go check that out. And remember to always bet on yourself. This is Maximize, the business of you. Peace.
There's no antidote.